born in a wilderness where they had to clear out a space so that you could have a log cabin. That's where my father lived and my mother, and that's where we were born. And a log cabin is a great big house. You probably seen the picture of it. A great big room. Didn't have no division there. And you had to, somebody sleep on this side of the house, somebody sleep on this side, some slept on the floor, some went up in the room. Whatever you had, you took it and that was it. So, all right, I came from a family where I had two, well, let's say, my mother and her sister. She was all black. My mother was half white. And she became a slave to the rest of the family because she was half white. And she didn't get a chance to go to school. They kept her home like a black slave. And that's all that she got a chance to do. So anyhow, we were born, I make it long story short, to my mother. And we were sort of shy because of, we had some of her white blood in her, you know, and we looked somewhat like they looked. So anyway, we went on. So after I had grown up in this outer space, I thought the world was no bigger than where we lived because I didn't get a chance to go anywhere to see anything but a little village over here and one down here and 2 or 3 white houses. And the closest neighbor that you had would be 1.5 miles away. We had no lights. We had lanterns if we wanted to go out at night. And that was it. So, going on over history, we had a little story that my mother had now. And so, she cried a lot of times because she wasn't able to read. But she never did give up. She was a loving, sweet, kind person. And I don't know, but she must have passed a lot of that on to me because I'm always wanting to give somebody something. I always wanted to do something nice for other people, and I never wanted to see nobody mistreated. And that's the way she was, and I guess that's what, you know, embedded into me. So after I had grown up to be a certain age, we started moving out a little bit, going to different places and seeing different things. And I began to find out that the world was bigger than that little spot where I was born. And then as time passed, we had made friends with 1 or 2 people around, and in that course of time, eventually, we finally moved out of that rut and started going to a place they call Noblesburg, Kentucky. And there, we started meeting other people, and we started going to school and branching out, seeing things a little different now. And that other people had families, you know, and people was living on the other side of the world, which I thought was the end of the world. I didn't think it was going to be there where we were. So that's about the end of my story. And as far as I could go back further, but I can't tell you anything about my ancestors because when they were talking around me when I was about this child's size, or maybe a little smaller, the people that were talking was my age, around 96 and 88 and all of that. And you can't remember anything. And they asked me, what about the history? I couldn't tell them anything about the history because I couldn't remember. And I'm glad that some of them rubbed off on me, that the kindness and the sweetness of my mother lasted, and she just came on through life. And this she passed down, and that's where I am today. I had met a lot of nice people, some not so nice, but we got along. and we finally lived. And where I am now today. I lived to see my brother become the father of about 250 children. And I'm the oldest one alive in that group. And I guess this is why Wendy decided maybe it would be a good idea for me to see some of my family that I hadn't had the opportunity or chance to see. And I have seen some beautiful children here today. I don't know if I belong to this family. They might have got to be a little mixed up with somebody. But anyway, this is a wonderful thing, and it's an opportunity. And I'd like for you to keep that last song that you all sung together. After I'm gone, you know I'm not going to live forever. But then when you want to think about it, the last time I remember seeing Aunt Clara was when we was at the one. We was at the Golden Corral, and this song was something to remember. And she will have it on her recording. I think she got that out. So this is just about the end of it. And I met Whitney about a month or so ago, and she became a dear, dear, I don't know where she is, grandniece or grandniece or what, or whatever it was very wonderful, and I appreciate all of it. It is a pleasure being here with you. Thank you.